Good morning, everyone. Today is January the 21st, and this is the Futures in 5. Taking a look at the morning, we've got a light day today because this is a national holiday. Taking a look at this chart, we faded off of the 2672 here in the ES. This was a number that I really did think was going to be fairly solid resistance. 2660 holding up as support. That number could slip to 2651, 2650. It could even be 2646 before we see a kind of bounce action event. But I suspect that our bounces are going to fade here because this is a critical resistance zone. Here's the trouble. When you start working with critical resistance zones, what you end up seeing is traders trying to punch forward, which in our case, it could take us all the way to 84, maybe even 90, and traders who want to trade the reversal action because they see it as the top and resistance. What that's going to give us is a cross current of motion. And when we have a cross current of motion, we're going to see the failed retest give us the best bet for what to do. All right, what that does, waiting for the failed retest will minimize our risk. And because we engage in the market so many times over, that's a very important thing to do. You want to watch those levels. What should we be doing? Pulling back into support, bouncing, and somehow picking up lower highs as we begin to fade into another support zone. That being said, if indeed the people buying the breakout end up having more upside pressure, they could easily push us higher. But again, higher motion sends us into significant resistance zones from December when we had that big break in the market. The recovery up over there is going to be very interesting, but I don't suspect that it's on the horizon at this time. Taking a look at the NQ, we can see two trend lines appearing from way high here to the past, and you can see that we're caught in a range. This is a pretty good example of how we can be caught in sideways formations and then still hold frontline support. Old resistance from Friday and Thursday, now support today. Have we lost it? Yes. So what we want to do is really keep an eye on how well we hold up and over the volume point of control. This is the time price opportunity tool in Motive Wave, which I really love. Okay, fantastic in the grand scheme of things. So really, really nice. What do you want to look for? Well, here's the thing. You really want to get up and over those highs if you're thinking about going long, but we've got resistance up ahead. Could we move much higher? We could. We really could. However, this number around 6860 to 6866 really very interesting as a resistance zone. My thought is because my momentum is flat essentially, but I'm in a bullish system that my pullbacks are going to give me buy zones. If this pullback won't hold, potentially this one will. And so as I'm taking a short, I will be looking for my price action to slip into support. Taking a look at the YM, this has the same sort of mechanic going on. 24,900 going to be a fairly tricky spot, all the way really to 25,000. Right now, we are holding the edge of support. That support is 24,540. Can we come up into the resistance zone? Yes. A lot of us want to know why. Listen, why will not make you money. Learning to execute will make you money. So focus on the things that make your account actually bigger, and then you can chat about the whys with your trader friends doing other things or people who like to talk about the market. The whys don't matter when you're trading, and I'll caveat that with the potential exception of news that something has gone wrong catastrophically, and then you're still going to be measuring how deep or how far forward the chart is moving. It's going to be moving into significant areas of support over time. But right now, momentum is so strong that the pullbacks to support are going to continue to give us buy zones. Here's a look at oil. Oil is moving forward. If you read John Kemp, you'll see that he says, hey, hedge funds are looking at a big outlook forward for 2019. That's fine and dandy. What really are we coming into? Resistance, right? Now they're buying forward contracts, This is affecting the current contract, certainly. And of course, that current contract is going to be used to hedge. When it happens, we don't know. But what we do know is this: far to the left of this line is a resistance zone. First one, beginning of December. Last one below that is really all the way over here. February of this year. First time we've been up here since February. What's likely to happen there? We're likely to run into sellers. As long as we pull back and keep holding around at about 53, we're going to be able to move forward, and those upward drafts are going to stair step us higher into the 60s, but we should have significant trouble right around 65. Now, this is a very long-term formation, right? I suspect it's going to be significantly long-term, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Right now, you can see our pullbacks giving us support action events all the way to 53.48, but we're selling up here. So wait for it to break. Watch for the pullback. If the pullback does not go past the first initial break, there is trouble in the chart. All right. Gold, this is a bounce zone, 1278 to 1274. Significant bounce event. Could we bounce, fail to get up over 1280 and then move down back into 1270? Absolutely. Line in the sand, really about 1268 or so. But the bounce action here should be a little bit noisy and then a move forward. I suspect gold has a positive year ahead of it, though wouldn't be a bad idea to wait for this very pretty support action here, or indeed where old resistance became support on the 4-hour chart. That's going to be significantly beautiful if the chart comes back that far. Just not sure that it will. All right, that's been the futures in 5. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to be back. Machine issues, they've been returned to me, and I'm back doing what I do. So see you all tomorrow.